Hi friends, today I'm going to show you a recipe for one of my family favorites, which is called a Mexican tambourine. What it is you take ground turkey. I like to use a little seasoning, so Mexican seasoning. I'll cook that up. Then what I'll do is I'm going to put it in Pillsbury biscuit. We're going to roll that out so it's like a dough. And then we're going to put cheese in it and we'll bake it. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to cook the meat. Then we'll set the oven. I'll show you how to put it together, and then we'll try it like we always do for recipes, okay? See you in a bit. Okay, so recap of what I did. I took the ground meat. I actually used turkey, but you can use beef if you'd like. Make sure you brown it. So I browned the meat, and then I put my seasoning on it, which was the taco seasoning. So that's all nice and cooked, and that's ready to go. I have the oven on. So now I'm going to show you what the next steps are. So I have the biscuits. I always want to make sure that you take this off. The reason why I always smile when I do that is sometimes I forget and I bang it against the counter and I wonder why it isn't opening. So it always makes me smile. Anyways, so you're going to take this off. The instructions for how long to cook it are on here. So I always say once you do the recipe, make sure you're following how long you should actually cook the biscuits, because that's how long you're going to leave it in. Okay, now what's different about this is we're gonna actually take a biscuit. I like to put a little flour on my board because we're gonna roll it out, and I like to do it in kind of an oval shape because that's gonna help us be able to get the meat and everything inside of it. You wanna have it at least big enough now so that you can get meat inside of it. And part of the reason why I put the flour on there is so that it doesn't stick. Okay, so we've got that. I just realized I forgot the cheese, so I'm gonna grab that out of the refrigerator real quick, but I'm gonna put the meat in here. Excuse me while I get the cheese. Okay. And I'm just using the Kraft Mexican 4 cheese. We're gonna put a little bit of that in there. I like to put a little water on the end because that helps it to stick when I fold it over. And you may be wondering, why do you call it a Mexican tambourine? Well, I remember when we were younger and always trying to come up with different things to come up with for fun. We would get paper plates, we'd fold them in half, then we'd put rice in them, we'd staple them closed, and then we would decorate the outside and put streamers on it and whatnot, and it would make noise, and we would call it a tambourine. And so this kind of reminds me of that. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep going through. I like to flatten them a little first, and we're gonna keep doing these. And we're gonna wait for the oven. So what we're gonna do is so you don't have to sit here and watch me doing this for all the rest of them. We'll check back in a bit. And when we're ready to go, I'll show you what those look like when they're all ready to go into the oven. And then once they come out of the oven, we'll try them. And again, this is just a really simple savory snack. So you can make it into a meal, like a lunch or a dinner. You take the biscuits, you cook the meat, you put the cheese in, and it's something really fun. Now the whole family can get involved and participate. Everybody kind of has a part. All right, so I'm gonna keep filling. We'll wait for the oven and then we'll come back. Okay, so we've got the final product now. I'm using a fork because it's still kind of hot from being taken out of the oven. During the time while it was cooking, I chose to clean up a little bit, so you'll see a lot of my stuff is gone. Put the meat away, cleaned my board. This, I think, may be a new addition to Taco Tuesdays because it has the Mexican flavors. You may want to try that. You could do it with some salsa as a side or like a little dipping sauce. Let's try it. It's good. You have the pastry. It's nice and savory. You're getting the cheese for sure. It's all nice and melted. And, of course, the meat and the nice Mexican seasoning on it. So I think this might be a new one, guys. All right, well, we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.